Blog Talk Radio.
And welcome back to Business Credit Radio. We're on blogtalkradio.com. Thank you. We are the voice for credit and financial professionals worldwide. And one of our professionals that sponsors our show is CMA.
This evening's show is partially brought to you by the Credit Management Association, a proud affiliate of the National Association of Credit Management that has helped business-to-business companies with their credit, collections, and financial decisions since 1883. Contact CMA at www.creditmanagementassociation.org for more details on how CMA can benefit you.
Thank you. My name is Phil Philbin, and I am your host for Business Credit Radio. The co-host for tonight's show is Mr. Tony Gata. He's from the beautiful Mile High City in Denver at this point in time. He's also from Florida. Business Credit Radio is proud to welcome back Mr. Chuck P. Keenon, president of Keenon Associates, to discuss with our listeners the leadership commandments. Chuck is an experienced management consultant and accounts receivable expert. He has over 40 years experience in all areas of both commercial and retail accounts receivable management. His experience includes crisis management, consulting in numerous industries including printing, retail, and wholesale distribution, agricultural lending, mortgage lending, manufacturing, and call center management. Chuck's expertise includes strategic planning, budgeting, training, fraud prevention, systems planning and integration, corporate reorganizations, and commercial lending. Chuck has been an instructor for Experian, the Illinois Bankers Association, National Retail Merchants Association, the International Credit Association, and the EPA. Mr. Keenan is currently the owner of Keenan & Associates, a company that partners with various corporate turnaround firms to evaluate and improve underwriting and accounts receivable functions. Chuck has also written and presented leadership seminars for Redline Recovery, Experian, the EPA, and various other organizations. He is also an instructor for Commercial Credit Management Associates, LLC. In his course, Leadership is an Art, Chuck discusses 10 errors that leaders make that can cost them their team. During his career, Chuck has held positions all through the management levels, up to senior vice president for large corporations. As he progressed in the management ranks, he developed a management philosophy, which includes the Big 10 errors leaders make. Join us on the program and learn what errors are discussed and how to avoid them. Today's show, our discussion, is alternative to bankruptcy proceedings. Welcome back, Chuck.
Hello, good to be back. How y'all doing?
So far, so good, Chuck. Wait to hear what you have to say.
There you go.
Well, after that intro, I have to go now because that was way too impressive. I don't know. I'm not sure that same guy talking.
Said, Chuck. I'm sorry, the last guest speaker said that introduction was so good, I can't wait to hear what I have to say.
I think that's absolutely correct. I'm going to have to record this. Anyway, yeah, today we're going to talk about leadership commandments, things that I think are very, very important for any and all leaders to do, not just to talk about, but actually to do. And that list begins with, I think, the most important step for a leader, and that is don't take yourself too seriously. I know many, many leaders who just think they know it all. They think that nobody can tell them anything. They won't interact with their employees, and when they do, it's from on high. And they really give their employees a bad impression about who they are and what they are, no matter what their talents or their abilities are in a technical sense, in the sense of handling employees. They just take themselves too seriously. When I was in corporate America, we would run contests for the collections departments. And I can't tell you, I dressed up as a cowboy. I dressed up as Abraham Lincoln. I did all kinds of that kind of thing in front of the troops for the contest. I dressed up as a king one time and made a challenge to them on videotape. And then I went out into the field when they won, and I was there with them and had just a ball. So you just cannot take yourself too seriously. It turns people off, and you don't get loyalty that way. What you get is the same reaction that a king does to his fiefdom. They do it because they have to do it, not because they want to. So, number one, I just don't think you can take yourself that seriously, and you have to understand other people in your organization, they're just as smart as you are. And if you're a good manager, if you're a good leader, you've hired people that are smarter than you are. So don't get too serious about yourself. That was number one. The second is to really listen to people. Have any of you ever gone into your boss's office and he's taking phone calls and she's looking at stuff on their desk and you're trying to talk to them about an important subject and you just can't seem to get their full attention? What that's telling that employee is you don't count. I don't really want to hear what you have to say, and could you get this over with? I got a lot to do. That will get you not compliance, but people will not then come and try and explain things to you. They'll end up writing you memos that you just don't get all the information in. They will avoid coming into your office to speak to you, and therefore the communications just breaks down altogether with you and your supervisors, managers, assistants, whoever they are. And it's just doggone impolite. I mean, it's just impolite. You hear about women tell their husbands this all the time, put the paper down and listen to me. Well, this is the same kind of thing. Put the paper down and honor the fact that they're there in front of you in your office, and they're there for a reason. They're there to help you. See, we don't get that quite straight in our heads that managers, leaders, are helped by the people who work for them. It's not the other way around.
If I may, Chuck, I want to just kind of interject a little there. You hit something that I walked myself right into, and I know you're going to appreciate this. Every now and then, my wife would be saying something, and finally she'd look across the table. She said, "Are you listening to me?" And I said, "I heard you." Now, I heard you means I heard a noise. But I wasn't listening to her. But I heard her. And then I caught myself doing it for real, whether in business or something, and somebody said, "Tony, you listening?" "Oh, I heard you." And that's exactly what I meant. No, I'm not listening. I'm just hearing sound. And I caught myself on this. I really better be careful. It's not only semantics, but it's an underlying truth. I'm not listening. I'm not.
No.
I'll answer the question. I heard you. I did. But I didn't listen to a thing you said. So I just wanted to flip that in there and say, yeah, boy, that hit home for me.
And are you still married?
Well, I heard you. I heard that.
Rick, hi, Rick.
Rick.
Oh,
and to answer that question, I've been hearing for 43 years now. So I did a lot of hearing, not a lot of listening, but I did a lot of hearing. No, I did. I learned to listen. That which is a trick, and I think Chuck's sitting around that. You really, really, honestly have to listen to people. If you're not going to listen to them, you know what? Don't even entertain the conversation. Don't even call a meeting if you're not going to listen. That's why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth.
That's right. Very well said. And the other thing is, you insult people when you don't listen
to them. Would you like to hear more? This is Phil Philbin, the radio talk show host on Business Credit Radio. This full version is available at www.blogtalkradio.com, or you can go to our website at ccma-llc.com. I'm Phil Philbin for Business Credit Radio, and we'll leave the phone lines open for you.